Hi, welcome to lessonswithtroy.com. I'm Troy Brenningmeyer. Well, this is going to be Weissenborn Basics, volume number 3, and it's going to be all about scales in open D tuning. So D-A-D, F-sharp A-D from your lowest to your highest string. And this lesson can be applied to the dobro tuned to open D or lap steel tuned to open D as well. As long as they have 6 strings on them, you're good to go with applying this information to those instruments. We've got 4 pages of tablature. Looks like this, so go ahead and print it out and set it on a stand in front of you. And this lesson should give you a good roadmap to your Weissenborn or dobro or lap steel tuned to open D. It's basically just a whole lot of scales all over the neck, different positions from open position to closed position, a movable kind of way of playing scales. Major scales, minor pentatonic scales, nice bluesy scales, single string scales, all kinds of different things in this lesson. So if you're ready and you got your tablature printed out, let's go ahead and get going with Weissenborn Basics, volume number 3, all about scales in open D tuning. Let's get going. Okay, so real quick, let's talk about the right hand technique that I'm going to be using throughout this lesson. For the most part, it's going to be an alternating picking technique where I do thumb to index finger. For example, this first scale, this D major scale, I'm basically going to play my thumb and then index, thumb, index, and just alternate that. Every note's a different finger, thumb, index. Okay, now you might see me do, if I'm not really thinking about what I'm doing too much, and I don't do the alternating picking, the other thing that I do sometimes is to double up on my thumb if I'm playing multiple notes on the same string. For example, if I did that here on this first scale, it would be thumb, thumb, and then index, thumb, index, thumb. See where I started off with 2 thumbs? For the most part, it's going to be an alternating picking technique. Now, the other thing I want to talk about real quick is why are scales important? Basically, it gives you a better understanding of your fretboard, and it gives you kind of a roadmap to playing in different keys. As far as if you learn movable position scales or you play with a capo, you can take everything that I show you in this lesson, either with a capo or with these movable position scales, and you can use these scales to come up with your own licks, to play backup if you're backing up somebody, to make up your own songs. It just gives you more of an understanding of your instrument and an understanding of a little bit of music theory to know what you can play in different keys. Now, for the most part, we're going to be in the key of D in open position here. And when I show you other positions, movable positions, we'll be working off our 5th fret, which would be the key of G. But all you got to do is, if you want to move anything that I show you in this lesson to different keys, if it's something that's in the open position, that means you're using a lot of open strings, right? Just put a capo on and just move it up to whatever fret would match that key that you're in. For example, open is D, your 2nd fret would be E, 3rd fret would be F, and so on. And if you're doing movable position, same thing. If you're here on your 5th fret, that's the key of G. You just want to find what note is on your 6th string here to be able to match that particular key so that whatever fret you're on matches what key you're in. So that being said, now let's go ahead and learn all these scales. Okay, so kicking things off here in measures 1 and 2, we have our most basic D major scale, open position, 1 octave. So just D to D, D major scale, open position, meaning this area of your instrument, using lots of open strings. Okay, let me play this a few times just to really get it in your head. Here we go, starting on your 4th string, open. That would be ascending, going up the scale. It's measure 1. Measure 2, we descending, coming down the scale. Okay, so basically what we want to do is keep that bar tilted up to where it's just the tip of your bar, and as you're both playing up and coming down the scale, remember your ring finger and your pinky are really important in muting out strings that you don't want to be ringing, or notes that you don't want to be ringing other than just the notes of that scale. So keep that in mind. Keep everything from ringing out except for the notes that you want to be playing, which are the notes of that scale. And as far as right hand goes, we're just alternating thumb to index or index to thumb. And don't worry about it too bad if you hit a couple strings with the same finger. I'm going to do that from time to time too. So, and I do that when I'm playing too. Just keep it sounding real musical. Try to make it just sound as good as what you can. So here we go again. 0, 2 on your 4th string. 3rd string, 0, 1. 2nd string, 0, 2, 4, and then open 1st string. That's ascending, coming down the scale. 0, go to your 2nd string. 4, 2, 0. Go to your 3rd string. 1, 0. 4th string, 2, 0. Now you can think about the notes too if you want. Basically a D major scale from D to D. We're just using the alphabet, right? D, E, and then keep going, but we got to put certain sharps in there. We're going to have an F sharp and a C sharp. So it goes D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Coming down the scale, D, C sharp, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D. So major scale sounds real happy, sounds real pretty. You can use it over bluegrass tunes, country tunes, all kinds of tunes that you want that real happy, real pretty sound. And this is a great little position too to just start getting used to, this open position 1 octave. So basically, remember when you're playing the scale, keep in mind, tilt the bar up, ring finger and pinky behind it. As you're coming down or up the scale, use that ring finger, especially if you can, to mute out the strings that you just played. See how my ring finger's touching the 1st string as I play descending, measure 2 of your tab. So I do have my right hand kind of in front of the bridge so that if I want to, I can lay that down to mute out anything as well. Okay, so there's a lot of technique that I just showed you there, but real simply, that's just a D major scale, open position 1 octave. Well, let's build on that now in measures 3 and 4, and we'll take that D major scale and play 2 octaves where we move up our 1st string, which is really useful too in understanding where that D major scale is just on a single string, your 1st string. Let's do that now. Okay, so starting at measure 8 now, I'm going to show you how to take this major scale I just showed you and to harmonize it. Now this is going to be great for your practice, your intonation practice, playing in tune. Okay, so we're going to go real slow on here. So starting at measure 8, basically we want to have notes that drone out over the notes of the scale. So I'm going to drone out this 4th string open. We're going to do 12 on our 1st string, bar tilted up so that this 4th string can ring out here. So notice the intonation, I was already off, just starting off. So 12, 11, 9, 7, 5, 4, 2, open. Now just those 2 measures alone, measures 8 and 9, that's great practice. You can play that up and down if you wanted to. Just that D major scale, 0, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12. That would be backwards of what I just played, measures starting at measure 8. But that's great practice. Just doing that on your 1st string alone will really help your your intonation, your playing in tune. But let's keep going down to measure 10. Now we're going to play our open 4th string and open 1st string while we play the rest of the scale. So 4th fret 2nd string, so get that bar tilted in between strings 1 and 3. So 4, 2, open, and then open 4th string, and then 1st fret on my 3rd string, and then open 4th string, open 3rd string, open 5th string, 2nd fret on my 4th string, and then open 6th string, 5th string, 4th string, and 4th fret, 5th string, 2nd fret, 5th string, open 5th string. Now go to your 6th string, 5th fret, 4th fret, while you just play the open 4th string. So 5, 4, 2, open. Now let's put all that together so that you can hear how it sounds. But this is a great way to really harmonize that scale. It sounds real musical. Play it really slow, put some good vibrato on it, and it'll come to life. So 12, 11, 9, 7, 5, 4, 2, open, and then 4th string, 2nd string, 1st string, 4, 2, open, 3rd string, 1st fret, open, 5th string, 4th string, 2nd fret, and open 6th, 5th, 4th, 4, 2, open, 5th fret, 4th fret, 2nd fret, open. So that's a great way of working on your intonation, having fun, and working on a scale all at the same time. That being said, I really like to, anytime I'm playing scales, I like to not just sit there and play the scale over and over again. I really like to change it up and try to be musical with it and make up something that sounds musical. So let's go ahead and move on to something that's musical now and measure 14, and we're going to use this major scale and come up with a cool hammer-on pull-off lick.